What like? A bit late in the day, I know. But I don't sleep very well. That said, not entirely sure I'm going to get many viewers, if any at all, at this time of night. Just going to go over a few things that have kind of irritated me, so to speak, over the course of the past few days. I'm just going to quickly share this on my Telegram before I proceed, if you had any mind. Yeah, let me do this quickly. I'll share my screen because there's no time like the present, as they say. Anyway, so I want to kind of touch upon three things tonight. I won't be live on Sunday with the usual Sunday with the lads because Scott Sarmer and William are doing a stream about 9/11 and I don't really want to participate in that. Not because like it's not like I'm against the conspiratorial aspect of that narrative. I can't be fucked with that, to be honest. But each to their own. But this is kind of my stream instead of me doing it on a Sunday night, if you will. Let me share this quickly. Sorry. No. I think that's about it. Anyway, I'll share my screen now. So, what have we got? Tribal Defender. Oh, you're saying, did you? And it's that. Oh, there he is. It's Neil Oliver. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a bit late in the day, but I'll send you the link if you want to join in. Like, where is it? Where are you? There you are. You can join if you want. Anyway, that said, I will get to proceedings, and it's that Mitch. How's it going, Gudgy? Fucking 6 people watching at this time of the morning. Like, fair enough. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with this, right? Let me see this fucking shit. Do you know, I am so sick of these parasitical, venomous individuals. Anyway, where are we? Let me go up a bit. Fuck's sake, I had it all set out. And then I set the link to Sensum and it's put my fucking channel the fuck. Here we go. Right. I want to start off with this. So building racial literacy, something that I've spoken about on a myriad of occasions before. And it's something that I will continue to speak out about because this is Scottish government funded. It's just the way that they speak, the shit that they're sort of propagating behind the scenes, and you have to. It's the equivalent of a paywall, because if you're not a quote unquote anti-racist educator, then you can't access what they're speaking about. The only way that you can actually get a sort of rough idea as to what they're actually speaking about in any capacity, is when they print screen some of the shit that they're actually discussing behind the scenes. So, for instance, here we've got Rukhsana Ali, and she says, "Building racial literacy induction part 2 has begun. So excited to be part of this as a facilitator." And of course, she tags Melina, who's my favourite boo-boo. Education Scotland, though. Yeah, that, right fucking there. But anyway, it says, next one. Racism, the assignment of people to an inferior category and the determination of their social, economic, or civic and human standing on that basis. Xenophobia is a prejudice and discrimination against people who are viewed as being foreign or from another country, right? And we're going to come back to this in a second, this website here, because the Scottish government fucking effectively fund this website. Strategies to tackle language paralysis around racial dialogue. Great tips from education. I mean, it's fucking remarkable. Education Scotland are promoting critical race theory. This is the image in question, of course. Some strategies for racial dialogue. Now, I made a video quite recently on the second webinar that was conducted by these people. The third one is the one in question here. I'm yet to find it. I don't think it's been publicized or made public anyway. But this is what this is. Some strategies for racial dialogue, and I'm pretty sure the actual title that they're running with at this moment in time is The Journey of an Anti-Racist Educator, which is critical race theory. Nonetheless, working definitions, building relationships, challenging both ourselves and others, growth mindset, and learning to apologize. Oh, just fuck off. Looking forward to building racial literacy induction part 2. And then we've got the image here, which might be a bit difficult to see, admittedly, but as I say, I'm just taking it from the Twitter accounts. We have, I understand that race is a social construct, but I feel positive about my identity. I love the color of my skin, the texture of my hair, and I am proud of the markers of my racial, ethnic, cultural background. I am comfortable working with white people. Oh, you're comfortable working with white people. Isn't that grandiose in fucking nature? Oh, wow. You're comfortable working with white people. How did you come to that point where you felt that you were comfortable working in the vicinity of white people? Was that something that you had to work on? Did that require training? Did that require diversity training? Was there microaggressions involved that you had to combat? It's a very difficult thing to combat, I assume, working with white people. You mean Scottish people, you fucking cunts. Anyway, I am comfortable working with white people, and I am committed to uplifting other BAMEs who face racism. Because white people can never be the victim of racism. Going by their logic, of course. And it says internalization. It's fucking brilliant. They're fucking whites. I feel comfortable with my racial identity. Yeah. But I understand that I am more than just a black person. I realize that racism is a systemic problem. And not all white people are the enemy. Do you know, I'm fucking sick of this crap. And as I said, I've said this in videos, I've said it on streams, said it on my own streams, said it on streams with Scott's Armor. I could not give one flying fuck, pardon my French, if this was targeted at us as adults. But my problem is these are quote-unquote educators. These are people who are targeting our children. And they come away with nonsense like this. The first paragraph and the second paragraph contradict each other. Because on the one hand, I finally feel comfortable working with white people. But then the next fucking paragraph's on about, well, not all white people are the problem. We're talking about children here. Okay? So, now this is just, look at this as well. Building racial literacy. You know this yourself if you watch my stuff. But let me come to the, who's here? Yeah. Lactose intolerant. That's racist. Oh, you're here. Oh, there you go, Gudgy. There you go. Hello, Neil Powell. How's it going?
Hello, mate. How are you doing? Pulling the late one tonight.
I didn't sleep, to be fair. Just going through. I've got a few things I want to go over the night, since I'm not streaming on Sunday. But feel free to. Are you Cosmos Mentos, so to speak, or are you tired? Because if you need to fuck off, don't worry about it.
No, I'm still okay, mate. But I'm struggling to understand what racial literacy actually means.
Oh, you want to know what racial literacy? You want to know what it means? I'll show you in a minute.
Is it a rare treat?
I'll show you in a second. But let's go on to Melina, one of my favorite girls. So this was just yesterday, or a couple. No, it might have been a couple of days ago. But this fucking bitch here, that's what she is. I'm sorry, she's a bitch. But this is her here, Melina. As we the last stream that we did together, we went over her briefly. Here's her here, demonized, but fucking shit. Oh, right. And then we come on. This lassie's page, right? With my laptop with some spurging out. So this is the woman who said that funding for Gaelic was discriminatory against Muslims in Scotland, may I add. But yeah, where is it here? It should be here somewhere. Oh, fucking hell, man. Scotland's going to hell pretty damn quickly, like, you know. But where the fuck was it? Shit. Should have had this open. Oh, yeah.
What's the funding for Swahili like?
The what, sorry? The funding? Oh. To be fair, like, Sturgeon would probably get some money out of somewhere to fund that shite. But, yeah, here, look at this. So, presenting in the BERA annual conference was an amazing experience that I've had yesterday. Many thanks, British Educational Research Association. Then we just come to the fucking image. Multiculturalism. Exploding. Banks' model of multiculturalism to see how British Pakistani students are actually included in schools. Like, as I said, I just find these people odious in nature. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit on this bottom one. They're fucking odious. Like, it's just that they just don't shut the fuck up about, like, if we're all one, right, and we're all Scottish, this woman claims she's Scottish. Why does she continuously speak about Pakistanis? Like, oh, but look at this shit. Ethics, positionality, and researcher. Persistent inequality and strategies. Explorations of identity and belonging. Gender inequalities in educational institutions. Like, these people just do not fucking stop. And I mean, half of what they talk about is absolute waffle. And ironically enough, probably most of what I have said since I've started to stream up sounds like waffle because I'm reiterating what they say. But my point is, these people have free rein in Scotland to do as they please. I don't know what the situation is like there in England. But in Scotland, as I've said before, you've got effectively, there's outcomes. It's the same way the country applies. But there's outcomes. So it's up to every school, each and every local district, how they reach those outcomes so they can go as deep into LGBT propaganda if they wish, or they can promote just, a little amount. The same thing is applicable when it comes to anti-racism and diversity, etc., etc. But the facts are that these people are infiltrating our academia, and it's all been masqueraded under the guise of anti-racism. And this is the sort of shit they fucking talk about, Aye, I'll stop waffling there and let you interject. Like, oh my God.
What I don't understand, right, is if these people weren't here in the first place, this wouldn't even be a thing. And yet when they come here, the first thing they do is piss and moan about how unfair it is. Well, if it's unfair, stay at home. Do you know what I mean? Stay away. Stay where you're from. If what we're providing doesn't suit your proclivities or sensibilities, then don't come here.
Yeah.
Isn't it as simple as that?
You would think, you would fucking think. It's just getting bad. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Where am I now? Let's go onto the actual website. Let me say hello to 9 people watching our fucking hell, could you? Don't think I've seen you before, but hello, welcome to my stream. Where are we? Let's go to. Oh yeah. I want to show this stuff. So, fucking, oh my god, this woman in particular. Share my screen. Well, I'm going to ask you your opinion on this, right? I made a video on this woman a while ago, right? But I want to see your opinion on this. Let's go to here we are here, right? Before I go any further, this is Education Scotland, decolonising the curriculum, exploring positive narratives that challenge assumptions, empower learners and inspire unity. But let's go to here. Angel Hinckley is a principal teacher of inclusion. She's a maths teacher working mainly with young people with autism. How does that make you feel to know that there's a woman in the United Kingdom who works with autistic children while promoting critical race theory?
I'll tell you what, mate, Angel says it all. You know, I mean, do you need to go any further? Just got some. I don't. This whole notion, like we're going to decolonize the curriculum. What the fuck does that actually mean?
Well, I think you know.
Did you see? Oh, mate! I tell you what, even better. Did you? I mean, we talk. It's not here, but it'll be coming here because we know how these trends go. In certain parts, in certain counties in California,
can't rule the world.
The education authorities there are removing D and F grades, so the lowest anybody can get. So you got some fucking retard, right? They can get a C because that's the lowest you can get now, and a C is.
Really? What? Oh my god! Oh,
I tell you what, mate. Leave it with me. You talk about Angel Delight here, Catwoman 3 here, and I'll have a quick look and see if I can grab a link. But through the week, I saw that it was on old Salty Cracker there. That certain counties in California, because we know that California, they are so blessed with the highest IQ in the world ever. That there's no need for a D or an F because nobody ever stooped so low. But you talk about old Angel Delight here, and I bet she's got the old Ukraine flag in the bio and all that
shit. I'm actually going to try and see. I've got videos of her on my channel, on my Telegram. Wait a minute. Well, I should do actually. Let me see. She's fucking bogging. Where is she? This might be her here actually. Is that?
And challenging racism.
No.
Learning and development practitioners.
Right, I've got an idea. See, the problem with these people is all these videos are unlisted, so it's just hit or miss if you actually find them. But I have found a rake of them during my times on Twitter. But let me see. Fuck's sake. Building racial literacy. Literacy. It's got to be here. I mean, I've uploaded all these. I can't remember what I actually fucking called them. Let me check this one.
You will be induction over 2 days.
No.
Where you will be.
Nope. Nope. Sorry, folks, for anybody watching. I'm just I can't remember what I called these videos. And I've uploaded a lot of stuff on this subject matter. Nope, no. Fuck off. So many videos. Wait. This might be a
literacy educator.
Oh, There we go. Got one. This is Angel Hinckley. This is it. Oh man, pure hefter. Let me take that off the screen because it's a Davy Gadzikoff. Like what you said. Right. Right. Are you ready for this? Are you fucking she's just a hefter. I mean, no, but I think these people are odious, like absolutely odious. But,
I'm telling you what, mate, after that build-up, it better be better than Maverick.
You're going to have a throbbing god rod after this, like I'm fucking telling you. Right,
what is this? See, this Scottish flag thing here. What a bastardization of the Saltaire. That's a fucking disgrace, that is.
It's almost as bad as the Saltaire with the EU fucking stars. That's just desecration. But watch this, right? And hold your contempt.
What has the impact of the Building Racial Literacy program been on your learners?
The impact of building racial literacy on my learners was a more confident, comfortable educator to respond to their needs.
Fucking hell. Oh, no.
To help me to better...
Angel.
Oh, fucking no. The next one's Angel. Like, well, I mean, I'm being inclusive, okay? I want the BAME to speak.
Experiences and respond to others' experiences, as well as making me more confident in tackling issues that occur with staff and other practitioners. The ability to discuss race and race issues confidently and from an informed perspective is so empowering.
The programme has already had a positive effect on the young people at the school. I have set up an anti-racism club. I have also put together a plan for PSE lessons that will last a few weeks. Because of the programme and listening to the young people at the club, these lessons have inner depth that I wouldn't have had before.
I mean,
Jesus, on a bike. The last time I saw lenses like that, they're on the fucking Hubble telescope, weren't they? Jeez. What in the blue Christ?
It's the fact that they just so openly sit here and they're unlisted YouTube videos that, as I said, are very difficult to come across. But they're bragging about the fact that they're implementing anti-racist school clubs. I just find it fucking odious. Like, come on. And the women in question...
Do these people not get given, not view videos like what, which are obviously hidden from the mainstream because it doesn't fit the narrative, where you see some toe rag based literally just walking around the shops with these mobile phones streaming and shooting people randomly. You don't see any, like I say, if you flip the demographics, that's world news for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I assume you're talking about that fucking BAME the other day that went on a shooting spree in America. Not a damn peep in the British media about that. Like,
no, there wasn't much. Well, it was on the bottom page of CNN's front page saying a man has shot some things. It doesn't say who the man is or whatever. I was watching a video by a chap called Blackpilled, who's on BitChute predominantly now, and he was talking about that, and but it's no different over here. The reticence to sort of, when was it a few weeks back, when the old guy in the buggy got killed, the bloke used to play the piano accordion for a bit of charity money, got stabbed by some BAME, and they turned around and said, a man wearing blue jeans and a grey sweatshirt was seen leaving the scene. It was like, well, on the old CCTV there, you can see his old fucking Maltese head. So why are you not mentioning that fucking part? Because he was still at large for like 24 to 48 hours. So you might want to, like a man wearing blue jeans and a grey sweatshirt. And it's like, yeah, any other sort of characteristic you might want to fucking mention just to narrow down the averages just a bit. It's like, no, not at all, not at all. You know what I mean? It's just absolute madness. And this decolonizing and, speaking about race. What are you speaking about? What have you got to say about race then? Because basically all you're saying is, we are oppressed, you're the baddie. Well, yeah, okay, then well, fuck off then. If you can't, I maintain this, and I'll always keep on saying this, you can't have it both ways. Either we are North Korea, in other words, the least tolerant, most awful, bloody oppressive regime ever to live in whatsoever, whereby nobody, not even the people who are living there, wants to be there, or, with a place that every single twat in the world seems to gravitate towards because they get free shit. Which is it? Which of those two narratives fit? Because guess what? You can't have one and the other at the same time. We can't be the most oppressive regime in the world ever, and yet every fucker wants to beat a path to your doorway. It doesn't fucking work like that. It's just a complete and utter bollocks there. An old Hubble telescope's angel delight there. She wants to fucking rein her neck in. I mean, what does she have to? I mean, is she not getting the length from up Scotland there, mate? You know what I mean? Is she expecting a bit of, a bit of a length from a babe or something? I just don't. Look at the state of this. Yeah, this is the best one. Look at that there. Ban teachers from giving D's and F's out because it's racisms. I mean, the utter fucking scandal.
I mean, I'll have a wee scan for this. This is the first I've heard of this, but Exiled Viking. I don't know if you're still watching, but if you want to follow it on, I'll give you the link. But high school students studying in some of California's largest school districts will no longer be given a D or an F grade for poor work, and will instead be allowed to take the tests or complete the work again. The new system has been introduced due to the pandemic. Yeah, of course. With supporters arguing that it reduces stress levels for already traumatized students. I mean, the same sort of thing's happening in Scotland as well. There's been such a fucking hoo-ha over the SQAs, which is obviously the Scottish Qualifications Association. And they're now planning to scrap that. Also on top of that, the sustainable developments guru, what's his name? Bruce Adamson, right? He's from New Zealand. He's a fucking dickhead. But the point is, though, that I made a video on this quite a while ago. It's on the Scottish Parliament's YouTube page, and he was talking about, and this isn't the first time I've heard this, may I add, but he kept emphasizing, as did the experts, quote unquote, that were on the panel alongside him, that in the future we should be moving away from qualifications. It's unfair. I'm paraphrasing to a certain extent, but it's unfair to sort of judge somebody on their exam results, etc. So the same thing's happening here that's happening across the pond in California. And my reason for thinking that they were doing this initially was because of how disastrous an education system is at this point. Because they focus far too much on politicization and propagandization as opposed to anything that's considered educational. Oh, there's another fucking fanny in my DMs. Ricarda. Oh yeah, send me some Bitcoin, baby. Anyway, point being that they're ransacking our academia, and then they come away with shit like this, let's just do away with exams. Let's do away with D's and F's. And then in this case, the article here in question trying to insinuate that this is due to, we don't want to add additional stress to traumatized children. I mean, fuck off. Oh, fucking hell. I better reply to my baby in DMs. I'm going to get some of that booty. Joking. But fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ. But honestly, God's honest truth, as I've heard this so many times, as I said, Bruce Adamson, etc., in a Scottish context, they just keep going on about it. And I have found that very questionable. Like the fact that they're moving away from exams, or they want to shift the focus away from exam results, and they classify that as it's unfair to students and whatnot. I just think that they're trying to sort of divert the problem or divert any responsibility from the problem that they've created. Had you not chastised and completely infiltrated the fucking educational process as it stands, then this wouldn't be an issue. Why is it all of a sudden now that we need to start thinking about feelings? You know, the Ben Shapiro that we had, thinking thanks for feelings or whatever the fuck. I don't know, find it odious. But what is he? French. Sorry. I'm rambling like fuck. Like I'm just seeing it.
But the thing is, I don't know if you're a lot younger than me, but I remember, and I think it was either you wouldn't know this, but it was certainly at the very latest, it was the early 90s.
Oh.
And there was a basketball player who had gone all the way through basketball, had actually been scouted to play for one of the big teams, whether it was the Chicago Bulls or the Utah Jazz or something of that nature. Really, really gifted basketball player, and had all of these, accolades to his name, etc. And he was sat there, and he was already established as an athlete, a well-paid athlete, and he basically came clean and said, "Look, I can neither read nor write." He said, basically, the system enabled me to go through the entirety of school because I was physically gifted as an athlete playing basketball and on the fast track to becoming an NBA player. And he goes, but now I've got children, and my children, he said, obviously they've got, because I'm quite wealthy, they've got advantages I didn't have. And now I feel ashamed at the fact that my children know more than me. And that literally is that literally is a travesty of a system where it can be so, like I say, there's two pulls there. There's the financial pull from colleges, etc., that want these people to give their colleges the big name so they get extra people in. And then there's also the other, the other side of it, where they don't want to be labelled as being, the old racist, the same sort of religion of denial when it comes to things like the grooming gangs in the major towns and cities in the UK. But in this bloke said, he said, he didn't take it. He said there was no malice there. It wasn't racist. It was just that, he was an easy vehicle for them to promote either their college, for the scouters to promote to their thing and that. And he just said it's completely wrong. And they were saying, this bloke's a hero. He's come out and he said this and he said that, which is fair enough, because it took some balls to come out and say that, yeah. And then the best of it was, years later, I think after he retired, so several years later, and they said, you were the, how's it going? Have you? Oh yeah, I can read and write properly now. I'm not saying I'm Charles Dickens or, Emily Bronte, but yes, I can read and write now. That's not a problem. I was shamed into doing it because of my kids growing up. And years later, but like I say, when he's been interviewed, so yeah. And they said, he goes, but the hell of it was, I wasn't the only one. So this was like, this was commonplace. They had many children who'd come from various backgrounds who hadn't had either a stable upbringing at home, or school had basically let them just run riot because they were very gifted, only one. So even he just said, he says, yeah, and I think there was like a 10 or 12 year gap between him admitting I can't read or write, and I'm not blaming anybody other than myself, but That's just the way it is. But I think he did the right thing because a lot of his peers were still playing and actively playing. And I don't think he didn't want to name anybody specifically or name a particular time or era because he knew those guys were playing at the same time that he was. And he didn't want them to, unless they wanted to or come out themselves. And like I say, he came out and said, yeah, but I wasn't the only one. But he obviously knew the guys who he knew who were illiterate as well had obviously retired. And I think another bloke who was of his era came out and said the same thing, the problem is that because we were gifted in one respect, we were given a free pass in other respects. Now, those are the kids, growing up in the United States in particular, who are gifted. What you've actually got, though, in the United States is a massive underclass of children. And I'm not talking about any particular demographic because it's endemic across the board, especially in poorer families where, you've got feral kids who literally are illiterate. And then people are sort of scratching their head saying, I can't understand why this particular person started going around and just shooting people. And that's because they've got no fucking other reference point to go from. And like I say, in this instance, it was, a black individual targeting white individuals. And unfortunately, that, that just does appear to be the norm. But this person, he wasn't a full shilling. But I was watching a video today about Zombie Street in Pennsylvania. There's this avenue, and I think it goes, they call them blocks, but it's like 6 or 7 blocks, which is about half a mile or something like that. And they're driving down there, and the people who are walking around literally are zombies, but the majority of them are white. And it's all kinds. It's like men, women, old, young. It was really distressing because one of the young ones, I couldn't gauge how young they were, but I would be amazed if they were older than 16. And they're absolutely fucking wankered out on fentanyl or what, which is the main drug because it's actually prescribable out there. So you get people who claim legally claim they've got a bit of a bad back and then sell the stash. They haven't really, but they sell the stash on through the street. It's absolutely criminal. And like I say, it's only going to come here. And the sad thing is, we are producing a malevolent underclass that will neither work nor want, and effectively will turn on us at some point. And when things become particularly difficult in the coming months, in other words, when the people's even affluent people are going to feel the pinch because there's not going to be they're going to be panicking about paying electric bills, they're going to be panicking about fuel bills, gas or whatever, car petrol bills, plus the inflation. Even though the government's printing money like it was confetti, there's going to be a lot less bang for the buck that's going out there in the real world. And then what are the underclasses going to do? And I'm not talking about homeless people. I'm talking about people who have a domicile but don't, not particularly rooted, not opposed to taking what they see, basically, because that's the only thing they know. Right. When it gets to the point where, if food becomes a scarcity and that, they're going to look at a fat bastard like me and they're going to think, yeah, he's got a bit of food. I'm going to fucking ransack his gaff because he's obviously going to be fucking like a mini Asda or something. Do you see what I mean? And this kind of shit's going to happen. And I don't really know what else to say, mate. It's scandalous because one of the root causes of this is lack of education, and by dumbing down the syllabus year on year on year on year on year, all you're doing is producing this underclass of people who A, don't give a shit, and B, have no moral compass not to sort of just use abject force to get what they want. And it's just terrible.
Yeah, I actually think though that that's done by design. In truth, like without quite, even if they didn't import
I think you're 100% right, mate. Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
I mean, like the Scottish, for example, in the Scottish context, Scottish education used to be world renowned. Used to be one of the world's like most prolific and sort of advantageous educational systems that was out there. You know, even in comparatives with the rest of the UK, but not just that, just in general worldwide, it was phenomenal. I mean, I never got that education. Like, you know, I mean, I'm pretty intellectual and I know my stuff in terms of like, vocabulary and whatnot. But like, I'm talking about like my mother's generation and like the generations that came before her. It was world renowned. Then it started to change around, and I'm actually, you know, it's a fucking. Oh, I wanted to share this, but I'm going to get this document up actually. It changed around the year 2000 ish. The curriculum for excellence, as it was classified as, that's what our new education system is called. And it numeracy, what's the other one? I'm pretty sure the science is. It's all plummeting. It's all plummeting, and it's no coincidence. It's not a coincidence that simultaneously, while these you know, it's all plummeting. It coincides with the politicization, because that's what it's become. Let me find this. Wait a minute, because this document, and I'm not going through the whole thing, because as I said, I've got a few things I want to talk about tonight, and I'm not going to get bogged down in this. But I'll show you what I'm fucking talking about here. This is a document I found years ago. I made a video on it, and it's just bad. I need to go on my YouTube channel to get the fucking name of it. Where is it? Where's my channel? Right, okay. Yeah, this document is just whack jobbery personified. Fuck's sake, I'm on the wrong thing. There's just a lie, sorry. Quickly, come on. See, I always do this. It doesn't matter if I'm by myself or if I'm with people. I always fucking do this. Something comes in my head, and I'm like, oh, let's pull this up, but I don't have it to hand. So, wait, let me see. Right, I've got the video. I just now need to get the document's name. All right, so bear with me a second. Exiled Viking. I don't know if you're still about. Like, I did send you the link if you want to jump on. I could just instead of getting the video, the document. Sorry, I'll just do it this way. I'll share my screen and I'll show you the video that I made on it. This is he here? Exiled Viking? I don't know. He was earlier on. No, I didn't see him. Fuck it. Right, share screen.
He's in the chat, mate. He's just said he's here, so communication. Is it the same Morse code link that the Titanic used? Didn't get out to any fucker, basically, or was it?
My laptop just keeps monging out. I don't know if people are hearing that on the stream, but like, there's been so many times where you've spoken and it's gone out.
Is that politically correct? Monging out.
Oh, I'm monging you out like yeah. But Exiled Viking. I've sent you the StreamYard link. But just check this out. Where is it? Instead of getting the document up, let me show you this first as well. This is from the Scottish government's fucking website. Look at this shit. This is their vision for 2030, right? And it says, our learners will be committed to the principles of global citizenship, social justice and equity, democratic participation, and living within the ecological limits of our planet. Oh my fucking God, like, just cut my cock off and call me fucking Sonia. But
equality is a noble thing, but equity is a fucking hideous thing.
No, fuck you. No, it's not. Equality, aye, in an idealistic world, but we don't live in an idealistic world. Meritocracy is a fucking dud term at this point.
But I'm just as equal as King Charles now.
Oh, don't even fucking get me started on these parasitical bastards. But anyway, so I'm Scottish. Why would I like the monarchy like more than the Jacobites?
Well, hold on a minute. We gave you that cunt and you fucked it up. That's what I'm saying.
No.
James the First, we give it to him. His kid fucked it up. We ended up with Cromwell.
Start with me, like
Cromwell banned Christmas and allowed another particular thing to come into the country yet again. It's all your fucking fault, you Stuart bastards.
Try and election me. Motherfucker. Let it be known. Do your fucking research. The only reason that you're not ruled by Scotsmen, the dead dickhead, is because of an English spy. So the Jacobites turned back, went to Culloden, and got their arse pumped. Anyway,
well, hold on a minute. We were already, good Queen Bess on her deathbed said, "Yeah, give it to old James Stewart, yeah, because he's a good old Protestant lad." So we gifted you everything. You fucked it up in a generation.
Sensum gaddy cough. Like, don't fucking no. You did not. Right? Fuck off. Right? We're not getting into that.
Hold on a minute. Just out of interest, James the First of England wasn't the same James the Sixth of Scotland. Is that what you're saying?
I'm fucking saying that the only reason I am saying the Culloden battlefield spelled the end of the Scots, admittedly, right? But the only reason that you did not have a Scotsman ruling over you after that fucking period of time was because of spies telling them to turn around. Oh, there's too many English down in London. So they turned around, went back up to Culloden and got pumped. Had they fucking continued their march down to London, you'd be ruled by Scots, dickhead.
But we were already part of the Scots because we were already under Stuart reign.
No, not getting into
it. We're not talking about a little Italian melt, are we? That you're waffling on about.
Listen, Saxon. Fuck off. Right. Fucking don't annoy me. Right, okay. Talking to your own cunt here like you will get schooled on this subject. Anyway. I wanted to show you this because I'm off the beaten track at this point, right? But this is a very, very old document, right? So it says human rights education, okay? And it says, we are currently in the second phase of the United Nations World Programme for Human Rights Education. This is where all this shit that is derivative from, right? And it goes on and on and on. There's so much fucking waffle in this document. As I say, I made a video on this donkeys ago, but I wanted to get to the bottom. It says a long-term and lifelong process by which all people at all levels of development in all strata of society learn respect for the dignity of others and the means and methods of ensuring that respect in all societies is significantly contributes to promoting equality and sustainable development. Of course, always the fucking same. However, where's my boy Michael Russell? Look at this shit, right? I can't even say this word, but I'll try. The conscientization of the privileged to their implication in and responsibility for the systemic and structural violence advocated above as the pedagogy of the privileged. The complement to that goal is the awakening of the vulnerable, not only to awareness of the structural foundations of their oppression, but also and especially to consciousness of themselves as the subjects of rights they may claim on the basis of universal human dignity, the core principle and foundation of all realms of human rights. How do you feel about that, Sensum? Do you feel like you've gained a few IQ points from that very, very intellectual paragraph?
They're literally just saying words. Also, Exile says drop the link in the chat or wherever, and he'll come on, or wherever it is you drop Exile.
At the end,
I don't really want to. Do you know something? I don't really want to come on because he said my Neil Oliver sounded like Connie, so. I'm not really his best mate at the moment. You know, I'm great.
Check your DMs on Telegram. I sent it to you there. I can't.
You know.
I'm sharing my screen, so I can't do it again. I just wanted to show you this one last bit. Where is it? Where's Michael Russell?
Yeah, Exile, check your DMs. We've got a vision for Scotland here, you Danish.
When is it? My laptop keeps doing it. Do you hear that? Is that why you're laughing? It keeps going like it's fucking shit, isn't it? I'm not finding it. I should have just got
Could do Control F and do a search.
Video. Well, I'm going for. Oh, wait. Here we go. In March 2010, sorry, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Mr. Mike Russell, made the following statement. In order for Scotland and its people to succeed and flourish in the globalized 21st century in which we live, we must all become and live as global citizens. Like, fucking
what a bag of shite that is.
Scottish nationalism. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ! I can't
tell you now, if you had a nationalist party, I'd vote for them. The problem is that for me, one of my major concerns is that if you look at the caliber of the current Westminster cabinet, which is fucking horrendous, you know, the last time I saw a lineup like that was on the fucking Usual Suspects. You know what I mean?
What you don't like chocolate? Is that what you're saying? Like,
no. That's based on Greedman's there with old Shinobi. well, you see, Holocaust, big business. What you all don't realize is, but anyway, what I'm actually trying to say is that, you know, if you look at the caliber of the cabinet that's there now, it's horrendous. But if you look at the opposition bench, you've got the ventriloquist dummy. Sorry, Sir Dame Keir Starmer, who looks like a ventriloquist dummy, and you've got bloody Cupid stunt on his left. What's the name? Slacknickers, Rayner.
Oh, you mean Ginger Growler?
Yeah, Ginger Growler on the right, on the left, and then you've got Mammy Lammy on the right. But the problem is, as abhorrent and as useless as both of those opposition benches are, Labour could legitimately turn around to Wee Nippy and say, tell you what, let's form a coalition. And then you've got the worst of both worlds. That's one of my greatest fears.
Oh, no.
And Exile's given you the two fingers there. Either that or he's been trying to do a, what do you call it, a screen test for Pitch Black 3 with Vin Diesel.
He's a prolific nose picker, so I don't want to see his fingers, to be honest. Let me just, before you speak, Mr. Sashanak, this question here. Have I barked in? No, I don't say fucking anything, to be honest. For good reason, to be fair. I don't. I just remember everything from memory. And then if I need to, I just comes to me and I go and get it. I don't save anything. Which, to be fair, has been a hindrance in many respects, because there has been times, admittedly, where I've remembered something in my head and I don't have the information. But no, I don't save anything. Anyway, Exiled Viking, how you doing, Gidgy Cough? Like, eh?
Very insomniatic, but I'm doing well.
Oh, look at those boobies. No, sorry, what are you saying? You all right?
I'm very well, fam. Just
the end
can't
of Europa Report. Have you seen that film? It looks like the end of that, where this fucking octopus creature comes and eats all the fucking
Hey, Davey, I want you to come on, Gidgy. Come on and join us. Stop showing your booby.
Yeah, Dave, you get yourself on and prove that you're not DJ.
He was meant to come on the main Scots like fucking 2 months ago, and he just fucking passed. That's the cunt. Anyway, let's see. I want to share my screen again because I need to get back on track. I have a plan. I have an itinerary, and you motherfuckers will accept it. But yeah, let's see this.
I have a dream.
Oh, what you mean,
One day.
Who do you think you are, Davey? Like, fucking wee Ouija, fuck. Fucking sicky Ouija's, eh? You know what I mean? But anyway, Scott's has me booked. Oh, does he? I like it. Oh, yeah. No, he doesn't. Fuck off. Look at this shit, right? So I wanted to show this. So this is one of the building racial literacy educators. So, I mean, obviously this is a bit difficult to see, but this bitch share quite a few images of their working plan. So it says here, just for example, growing my understanding of the different barriers and challenges faced by BAMEs by building further network links with minority groups other than mine, reaching out to building racial literacy members who can help connect me with such groups, reading research and articles written by minority groups to understand their perspective, which may be different to my own, particularly interested in experiences of Gypsy Roma communities. This is their action plan, apparently. Let's get to more than a nitty-gritty. Intended impact on learners. Now, they've even changed the words. So teachers are now all of a sudden called educators and pupils are now called learners. Anyway, children and young people who can apply critical thinking, the irony, strategies will be better equipped to move forward in a world that presents many challenges and barriers to some over others. Children and young people will feel better prepared to dismantle. Let me move this. To dismantle the unfairness they see in the world, fuck off, in the world, and begin to be the agents of change. Like, it drives me nuts that these people are actually being able to infest themselves. It's like a fucking cancer. It really is. They will experience a curriculum that is representative and values the different backgrounds of all within our society. What else have we got? Intended impact on practice, showing solidarity and a deeper understanding towards other marginalized groups. What's a marginalized group? Well, every group that doesn't classify themselves as a white boy. I mean, come on. Let me see. Oh, shit. That's for next. I want to show that one as well. Fuck.
Did you exile Viking?
No, I did not.
Oh,
Hey, what happened?
Oh, he's not here, is he?
Has he fucked off again?
He's got a monk on.
Oh,
here he is.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes. That's
good.
Neil Oliver. Hey, resist. I tell you, that's Neil Oliver there now. Be wary of him.
How are you doing, Mr. Oliver?
Go on, do
it's
it.
Not me, that's you. You're Neil Oliver. Or is it Jordan Peterson you've come on as?
Go on, do it. No, you're wrong, Gudgy. On that front. I'm pretty sure it was about fuck. I made a video not that long ago, a couple of months ago. It was like 97 point something. It wasn't 99. But anyway, go on.
You got a fight with a 99 though, didn't you?
Hey, fuck off, cunt. But look at this cunt. Look at, do you know what? I don't like him, mate. He's a slimy Glaswegian.
You can't say that about Davey. I'm telling you what, right? He's you, isn't he? I've been saying that all along.
Oh, you want me? I'm Davey, like what the fuck?
I accidentally keep calling you that, and I reckon it's true.
Oh no!
You never see you two in the same room at the same time. That's round bad.
He's you literally do. He's in every stream that I fucking do. To be fair, man.
Exactly. Now, did you get my point? You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, you've contradicted what you initially implied.
You know, you're talking about, can you hear that drumming? Can you hear that drumming? That's you typing as Davey, your alter ego. Yeah.
If I was going to have an alter ego, it would be called fucking Davey, like, motherfucker.
Well, how do we know? How do we know it wouldn't be called Davey?
Because I've got standards here. Anyway, I've kind of got really sidetracked now. Fuck's sake. Aye. So all the shit that I just read out there. Did you have anything to add to that, or was it just went over your head? I'll share my screen again just to give you a bit of a memory jog. But I'm not reading what I already wrote out, but you see the point. I'm joking, Davey, by the way. My dad's from Glasgow, so I'm not a dickhead. But I'm Castle Milk, actually. He's a day. But I'll share my screen again just to show you, like, anything to add, interject, or any comments, some hot takes, some big brainery. This is just a fucking joke as far as I'm concerned. Like, but the problem, as I've said, is see that word there, BRL, building racial literacy. It's Scottish government fucking funded. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? Anti-racist action plan. I mean, fuck off! Like, come on. But anyway, anything to say, boys? At all? Like,
well, I think it's only fair that we hand over to our esteemed guest for the evening.
Not at all. He's too busy showing his dick on Amigo.
Yes, The thing is, old Exiled, it's a weird one because when he's got his bloody Europa Report camera shot where you can just see the octopus tentacles floating around, you can hear him fine. But when he's on like normal, you can't hear him at all. So I don't know what's going on there.
Probably because I haven't said anything. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes, mate, go for it. Yes, we can hear you now.
That's great. You were getting me worried there. I thought my mic was playing up.
No, but your penis was out, so.
No, Mike Obama's a different subject, mate. You just carry on, mate, yeah?
All right.
Fuck's sake, like. All right, Danny, I've got a sign on the screen. Have you got anything to say about it? Like, no?
No, nothing. I'm just waiting. I can't see it. It's too small. I don't have my glasses on.
I just fucking read it out.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Right. Well, fucking stop messing with me. Tidy your room. Do a Jordan Peterson and tell me if you've got anything to say, like, before I move on, eh? Like, I don't enjoy sharing my screen, by the way, so hurry up.
Yeah, it's great. It's swell. Yeah.
Thanks for that fucking hot take. This is why you will always be a foreigner as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Oh, I am proud to be the foreigner.
Well, you are.
It's horrendous, though, isn't it? I mean, that's just, teaching. I chucked over a document to yourself,
I did
DJ, earlier on, where it was covering all this kind of bullshit, but it was covering it from our angle, which is be prepared on how to spot this bullshittery occurring in your schools and in your sort of communities, etc. Because once again, it sort of says they try to make things like drag queen story hour look very innocuous and fairly benign, although you wouldn't think it with things like chocolate, acts appearing with the name Choc-clit. All weird names like Horgasm and shit. And the thing is, what they don't realise is that folk will be turning, oh yeah, sounds really good. A load of the parents apparently just like drop the kids off because they think it's some completely benign book reading thing at a library. Sort off to go and do the shopping because, oh yeah, Christ, that's a good thing. Leave those little bastards for a couple of hours and while we go and do a bit of shopping. And they get back and they get these zombies going, yeah, I want to be a woman. but you're a boy. Yeah, I want to be a woman. It's like what's going on? You know what I mean? It's like unbelievable. But what is this racial literacy? I don't understand what the context
I'll get
is.
it up now. Because see, this is the thing. I've showed this.
What is the syntax basically? That's what I'm trying to find out. What the fuck is racial literacy?
No,
And
that's what they are. And I make no bones about using the C word, albeit my mother raised me well. Every time I say it, I kind of gets my back up because I know I shouldn't. However, these individuals, I was going to say it again, but I won't. They had a website before they became Scottish government funded on the payroll, so to speak. And albeit all of their materials, albeit all of their ideology and whatever the fuck they're sharing amongst themselves is hidden behind a paywall. And I know that to be a fact because it fucking says so via Freedom of Information request that I did not put in, but it's out there. I can get that up if need be. But their old website showcases exactly how these people think, how these people operate, and what their intentions are. I found this fucking website years ago, so I'm getting out there now because it has to be. I've said this. I'm giving her some advice, my little baby boo-boo. If you want to keep your fucking ideology and your intentions, under the realms of secrecy, delete this website. Because until you do, I'm fucking onto you. But I'm on it now. Let me show you what building racial literacy means. I'll share my screen now. And good night, Mitch. He says he's away. Where am I? Right, sharing my screen. Oh, we've lost 2 fucking viewers. Like, it must be because I said the C word, eh? Fuck it. Don't care. Right. Fucking hell. Laptop's spurging out again, as you can quite clearly see. Oh,
why have you got Ainsley Harriott on your timeline? You've got a bit of a fetish for old Ainsley, haven't you? I think you've got a Malteser head fetish.
I like Maltesers, you know what I mean?
I bet you've got Sanjay Javid on your home screen, haven't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not into him. Like, he's a bit too old for me. I'm more into like Skepta and fucking Stormzy. Fucking hell, I guess they got Rod Throbbing. Anyway, anti-racist educator, right? Come to the glossary. Racial. Fuck off. Stop. There we go. Right, oi. Racial literacy. So this is what it means. Racial literacy, also known as racial consciousness, refers to an individual's deeper awareness and understanding of race. With racial literacy comes the tools and vocabulary to discuss more complex ideas about race and a growing understanding of how racism operates in its multiple forms. Now, emphasis on racism here because, as I've showcased on so many times before, the way that they define race, we went over that on a stream that we did a couple of weeks ago. Like, it's ridiculous. Everything's racist. The systems, the structures, the institutions, the businesses. It's all racist. Anyway, it says racial illiteracy is very common in the West, where people are taught from a very young age that everybody is equal, race does not matter, and if everybody adopts a colorblind lens, then racism will disappear. Racial illiteracy is hugely problematic as we begin to realize the disastrous impacts of implicit racism and institutional racism propagated by the state and those with most power.
So basically, right, racial illiteracy is, Fresh Prince world. Nobody gives a shit who you are or what you are. But to be racially literate basically means you need to understand all of the races and and what does that mean? We need to understand the
Well, you're close.
but it's on a pathway to understanding racism. Well, if we need to understand, because for decades now we've been taught, that race is just a construct, it's just a physiognomy thing, and it's not really important in the world of everything. It just happens to be a biological trait. There's nothing else linking, one phenotype from another. So, we've been taught that for like the last decades, but now what they're saying is, you need to understand what these racisms are, what the races are, so you can understand how you're being racist. So basically what they're saying is, well, if we look at like the past incidents that have just happened in the States over the last few days, what they're saying is, yeah, well, you understanding that some fucker can chimp out and start fucking shooting the fuck out of a different race of people whilst completely neglecting the race that they belong to, that in itself is racism. So the act of shooting white people in the face, if you're a black person, isn't racism. But if you identify the fact that this seems to be happening on a continual basis where, those people are continually doing that kind of thing to another race, that is racism. So how do you win here? And once again, this is probably come out of the ADL or the Southern Poverty Law Centre educational establishment. So basically, anything bad that happens courtesy of our greatest strength. So any fucking thing that happens whatsoever, the hundreds of thousands of rapes, tens of thousands of groomers that committed those things, that's not racist, or that's not, that's got nothing to do with race. This is just, that's just bad apples in every barrel sort of thing. But if you point out that sort of, well, the reality is that there seems to be like, a massive sort of correlation between one particular demographic in these incidents, by pointing out those factual statistics, that makes you racist. Am I getting that right?
Kind of. Okay. Like we're always going to be racist. But I highlighted this while you were speaking there for the purpose, because like this bottom paragraph sort of summarizes the entirety of this, and that is that racial literacy, as it says, involves adopting a more nuanced understanding of race. So, and then as I highlighted, critical race theory and white fragility are great places to start, apparently, according to fucking Molina, the half French, half Indian dickhead. Point being, of course, that even colorblind, quote unquote, societies are intrinsically problematic, as was quoted in this very fucking page that we're looking at. The point is that they want to sort of reinvigorate your racial consciousness, but for a different purpose. And the reason they do that is because they want to sort of get you to see the world through a critical race theorist lens. Everything is racist. The proof, according to these people, is disparities. That's all they've got. Even which I was going to come on to, is that this bullshit that's been going on in the Scottish Parliament the last few days pertaining to cricket, Scottish sports. Oh, it's all racist. Why? Well, because everyone's fucking white. It's Scotland. What do you expect? Like Taiwanese fucking cricketers in Scotland? Like, come on.
Yeah. But you've literally just identified the Ganesha in the room, because a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, India beat Pakistan in a cricket match, and Leicester's been a fucking war zone ever since between Indian people and East and West Pakistani people. So, does this apply to them as well, or is it? Because the thing is, when you see these documents, it's always a white person's problem. And I would go back to the authors of this and say, hey, guess what? You can apply exactly the same theory to what's going on in Leicester now. Oh, you pointing that out is racist. So you can't win, can you?
Oh,
You know, if we point out the factually correct incidents which have been going on in Leicester over the last few days, and it's been horrendous on both sides. We've got sectarian fighting going on in Leicester that's of none of our doing, shouldn't even fucking be here at the end of the day. Let's just say that, yeah. You know, and yet if you point it out and say, well, you know, those fuckers, well, you pointing that out as racisms. Well, okay, if that's what it takes, yeah, don't want either of it. Is that okay? No, because not wanting racisms is racisms. Oh, right, okay. Well, yeah, what do I do now then? Well, you need to keep on working, paying all the taxes to keep these fuckers in the lifestyle that they're acclimatized to, and shut the fuck up. and then if I do that, will I not be racist? No, because you are inherently racist because you haven't learned your privilege. All right, okay then. Well, in that case, do I ever win? No, you can never win because you exist. All right, okay then. Yeah.
Right, yeah. We have not let your man speak for quite a while, Exile, since he joined. I'm going to give you the floor to you. If you've got anything to interject, then I'm going to share my screen now, but I won't play the video until you've said, but you have to say, if you have anything to say, it's fine if you've done it.
Well, all I was going to say was, now I understand why the Indians and the Packlings a few weeks ago were fighting in that short video. It was obviously because of the cricket game. But I commented on it and just said, well, best we just let them get on with it. Save us the bother. But again, somebody reported that to an admin and I was given a strike. So I think it was retracted. But I just say, just let them get on with it. But yeah, that makes sense why they were fighting, because I couldn't find any information in the media about it, as they're strangely quiet about these things because they cannot blame Whitey. I guess that's all I had to say on the matter.
And the resisting the pies has got a monk on because he's on mute.
Sim, you could hear me, Sensum, when I
could hear you fine.
All right.
But
just ranting and
I
raving.
agree 100% with you. Because they can't pin it on Whitey, it has no traction or mileage, which is exactly the same thing that we're seeing over in the States when you get some rando bloody idiot going around blowing away people, streaming it on bloody YouTube or whatever. And
Yeah.
whoa, what's going on? What's going on there? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. So he's bugged out. Right, we have control of the con. Quick, say all the naughty words that you want to say while he's not here. Quick.
I don't want to get his channel nuked. I have plenty bad words to say, Mr. Oliver, but I better not for the sake of the channel.
What do you mean, Mr.? I'm not Mr. Oliver. Who's Mr. Oliver? It's not me.
Neil Oliver.
It is an outrage, sir. It is an outrage.
Yeah. Okay. No, I still to this day cannot find, because I Google a word in the I can't speak. I Google searched putting in the words Indians fighting Pakistani youths, England, and absolutely nothing. All I got was old news reports from 10, 20 years ago of riots, which started when Asian youths rampaged against the police and drove them out of the area. But it's very strange that they basically black that out. It's like a media blackout, because it doesn't fit the narrative of all these wankers.
But once again, it's literally no different to Well, you remember when the bugs became a real thing? I don't know if that was just before or just after the sniffle had kicked in, and people were talking about, we need to start eating more insects. It was one of those World Economic Forum drumbles, and there were people back then, scientists, saying, well, you can't really be eating certain insects because they contain this particular substance called chitins, which they're not particularly good for human beings. You know, we can't digest them, and they're not. And yet, I mentioned this the other day in passing to somebody and said, yeah, well, the rid of those chitins are not very good for us. Oh, well, actually, I'm just looking at Google, I'm a twat, and the top 10 search results say that chitins are a great source of roughage for people. I'm like, what does it say about the brain-eating fucking parasites that are in them as well, then? Oh, well, there's no such thing as brain-eating parasites. No, because you probably already got them because you're fully fucking vaxxed up, aren't you, you twat? You know what I mean? It's like, you can't win, can you? You know what I mean?
Well, there certainly are certain insects which are quite dangerous for human consumption for the reasons you pointed out.
Yeah, exactly. But if you look at Google twat, the top, you can't even find. I was watching, oh, crikey, it was Dave Cullen, you know, Computing Forever. He's a great bloke. And he was doing searches and he was saying, okay, so you've got Google here, yeah, and I'm just going to type in, Fauci secret source XYZ, boom, and it comes back with something like 1.4 million search results, yeah?
Yeah.
And his screen's showing something like 10, 12 results a screen. He gets 4 screens down and he goes, there, that's the end of your search list. But some of these searches have been suppressed because of where you are. Would you like to see these? Yeah, let's go and have a look at the full range. Thank you. These 1.x million results that you got back. You got 4 pages down with these are the things we want you to see based on where you are today. And I think you got 7 pages, beyond that. And he said, well, I've counted that there. That's still only, 89 or 92 results out of 1.3 million that it actually found. Where are the other sort of, 1.2, 0.1 million results that are left to come out of that? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's absolutely horrendous, but the man is back. The man is back. DJ.
Do you know what?
Yeah, like, the Highlander is back.
Wait. See, before I share my screen again.
My name is MacLeod, Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod.
You will not fucking believe what popped up on my fucking screen. Like I never even clicked this fucking thing, and it popped up. Solitaire. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm not even joking.
Solitaire's the only game in town.
Rubber boots.
Like, I'm trying to get fucking booby pictures of that, like, a Bitcoin scammer, like, so fuck it. But, but look. Oh, I thought I was doing it again. No, it's fine. I thought it was freezing again. But look. This popped up. This. What the fuck? Like, what? I never clicked that. But anyway, I hate this laptop. And now I need to go back to my, saved messages or something. I have a gander at this, right? I wanted to show you this. This is kind of an old video. It's a bit off the beaten track, so to speak, but I have a wee gander at this. Right, I think I'm sharing my audio. Right. Oh, it's freezing again. Fucking this laptop, no, might be all right. Here we go. Right. Yeah, it's fine.
These victories, it's very, and there is significant.
I'm gonna mute myself though first, so it doesn't sound fucking weird. Right. Share the screen. All right, Gajikov. How are you doing, buddy? Share screen.
Standing these victories, it's very clear today that gender equality in many respects is still a cause that is unwon. And I would go further than that and echo the comment that Louise made.
Because it's not just that there are areas where we haven't yet made significant progress. We live in a world today where it feels very often, sometimes on a day-to-day basis, that we face a regression, that we face a real backlash against some of the progress that has been made, not just in gender equality, but when we look at issues of race and migration, that there is now a need not just to make further progress, but to very deliberately protect the progress we've already made, not to allow it to be pushed backwards.